Okay. This is a Leatherman MUT. I think these things came out back in the 80s because I remember going fishing and using these little pliers, these little tools that they used to have. They are, I can't remember how this is supposed to, there it is. So this is basically, a little tool that fits into these little things here. I think I got a holster for it. Yeah, like one of these little holsters. I don't know this one. This is actually for a flashlight. Yeah, this is the flashlight one. And the flashlight one. There's one flashlight. There's two flashlights. Oh, by the way, these things are powerful as hell. Yeah, man. These things use a battery called the 14500. It's a 3.7 volt double A. This is a 3.7 volt double A. This is a double A rechargeable 1.2 volt double A. Just a regular double A. This is only 1000 milliamps. 1000 milliamps an hour. 1200 milliamps an hour. Energizers 1.2 volts, 2300 milliamps an hour. So the energizers are almost as powerful as the 14500s, but these things are so powerful it's not even funny how powerful these things are. Think about that. I mean, these things. So basically, something if you like to go camping, or if you like survival tools. Okay, these knives started out like these. I'm into butterfly knives, so like these little things that can hold like that, take it out, spin it. This you can't spin like a butterfly knife, and I get really fancy when I do these things. But when I was fishing back in the 80s, I recall using these types of pliers as a kid to take the hooks out, and they're very good for that. But other than that, this thing doesn't have very many functions. By the way, this is a Gerber. This is one of those old school Gerbers, and this is the second Gerber that I have. Gerbers are very good knives. I like them. It's got a couple things, but it's not really, a knife. A couple things, but it's not really anything special. I'd rather have a needle nose plier than that one. This is an Allen tool key. Again, it can be used like if in a toolkit or something, but it's nothing special. This is for a bicycle. It literally can do everything on a bicycle. Next is this one. It's called a Blackburn. It's handy. It is for a road bike, and these things are extremely expensive. This thing's about maybe $50, about 50 bucks. The reason why they're 50 bucks is it's got a CO2 cartridge and a chain breaker. Okay, so you got a chain breaker. You got a chain breaker for the bicycle chain. Now, a motorcycle chain's at 530. This thing will not cut at 530. You're talking about half. 530 chain is maybe double the size of a bicycle chain. It has some hex keys. That's pretty good, and a star security key. But what makes this a unique tool is this inflator and the CO2 cartridge. So basically, if you have a flat tire, you take the CO2 cartridge, flip it around, pop it, and it will inflate your tire with your fix-a-flat. So you put the fix-a-flat or whatever you have in there, and you put this in there, and then you monitor it to see if it leaks or how much it's leaking so that you can get home. Decent tool, very expensive tool, made by Blackburn. Something to keep in mind. This is the reason why, this is the star of the video. This is a Leatherman. It's called a MUT. So basically what you do is it's fast too. It is a very fast tool. You keep it on the side, you pull it out, okay, flip it, and do it kind of like a butterfly knife, and it's just right there ready to go with the pliers. And then you have your knife, and this knife is razor sharp. I tell you, this thing is razor sharp. It is razor sharp. It's something, this blade is extremely strong. I don't know what it's made out of, but it will shave also. It will shave the hairs off you. It's that sharp. Get it back, you put a shit in. On the opposite end is a saw. Now, I have a survival tool that I like that's much heavier duty than this one. You can cut a tree down with it. I've cut a tree down with it, and it's got what they call a Tonto blade. This doesn't have a Tonto blade. This has a regular blade on it. But what makes the MUT interesting is that this was made for the military. Only the special forces carry these. These are government issued to special forces. It's got some wire cutters in here, and what makes it unique for special forces is that it has a little detent here for pushing into C4. Anytime you're around explosives, you need something to put the blasting cap in, and this is what you use. You push it into the explosive material, and then you put your blasting cap in it, or your percussion cap, if you're using electrical or some type of fuse. Now, what else makes this knife very interesting, and I'll tell you what, I've had this for 4 years. I've had this for over 4 years. 4 or 5 years, I think 5 years? Yeah, I've had this for 5 years now. This thing is over $100 or $150, so it's not cheap. As far as the Leatherman, it is the most expensive and the most tricked out of the Leatherman. It's got tools to clean your M4 or M16, and I will show you those tools to clean your M16. I have not cleaned my M16 with this tool, or an M4, or any gun for that matter, but it comes with the tools to clean your M16. And then you have your belt loop there. What I use the most out of it are these suckers. This thing cuts wires, cuts fences, cuts chicken wire, it cuts metal strap, it cuts almost anything. It cuts wires, it strips wires, it basically will do all your electronics. This also, what makes the Leatherman unique is that it comes with a cleaning kit for your M16, and it's kind of explosive. So that's what you can do with this. You can clean your gun, and you can blow up things. Military. You can only use this with military stuff. You can't just blow up stuff. But it will cut wire, and let's see what else it does. I'll tell you, I love this thing. As far as collectors, it's an interesting. Like I said, if you got $150 or $200 laying around, you can get one of these, because that's what you're going to be forking out for. Yeah, it's pretty much loaded with stuff. But what I use the most, I never use the I never use the screwdrivers or anything. You know, use this to push out your pins on your M16. So if you're going to take down your M16, you're going to pop out the receiver pin, let it go forward, and you know, take your bolt carrier out, take your buffer spring, you know, everything you need, and then basically you can take down the whole gun with this tool. It's got more, but right now I haven't used it in such a long time that I don't remember how to take it out. It's buried in here. Yeah, it's buried in here, I think. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, basically, it's to clean your gun. So, do I clean my gun with it? No. If I was to ever be out camping or hunting, would I clean my gun with it? Probably not. If I ever had to take my gun apart for any reason, would I use this one? Definitely. Wire cutters. These are handy. These are for cutting rope and wire real quick. You just turn it around, whop, it's cut. Other than that, oh, that's how you take it out. I got these pins right here, and these pins hold these tools in place. Okay, so that's basically the MUT, and I didn't really go through all of it, but it's like a Rambo knife. It's a little bit beyond Rambo. Rambo's only got a fire starter. He's only got a fire starter, fishing hooks, a saw, and a very sharp blade on it, and a compass. This got a little bit more than the Rambo knife, and honestly, I think this thing's wildest, definitely most expensive knife I've ever had, and definitely something to consider if you have $150 to take along when you need to survive